Welcome to the Wonder Garden channel. Winter has arrived, which is also the time when our orchids and ornamental plants need special care. Today I will share with you 4 extremely simple orchid care tips, using only one ingredient that is available in your kitchen. Surprisingly, just with this ingredient alone, you can solve many common problems encountered when first growing orchids. I am confident that if you apply these tips, your orchid garden will quickly become healthy, grow well, and produce stunningly beautiful flowers. Let's get started. To prepare the fertilizer and apply it in today's orchid care tips, I will use cinnamon powder. Cinnamon is a natural ingredient with antibacterial properties that helps protect orchid roots and leaves from common diseases, while also stimulating healthy plant growth. Thanks to its strong antibacterial and excellent antifungal properties, whenever I trim off faded orchid spikes or remove infected leaves, I make sure to treat the cut surfaces immediately. As you can see, this orchid has finished blooming and shows signs of damage, so I carefully remove the affected parts of the leaves. This step is important not only to clean up the plant, but also to prevent the spread of disease, allowing the orchid to focus its energy on healthy growth and the development of new shoots and flowers. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. Similarly, I remove the faded flower spikes to help the orchid grow more vigorously. By clearing away the old blooms, the plant can redirect its energy towards strengthening its roots and leaves, ensuring healthier growth and a better chance of producing abundant flowers in the next blooming season. Next, I apply cinnamon powder directly onto the cut surfaces after trimming. This not only helps prevent bacteria and fungi from entering, but also supports the plant in recovering more quickly, reducing the risk of root rot or leaf wilting. Just a thin layer of cinnamon powder can bring truly remarkable benefits to the orchid's health and growth. Cinnamon powder truly plays an important role in orchid care. Thanks to its natural antioxidants, it helps fresh cuts on the plant dry quickly, limiting the growth of bacteria and fungi. When the wounds are well protected, the orchid can more easily develop new spikes, producing healthier and more vibrant blooms. This may be a small tip, but it brings great results in helping orchids recover and thrive. Method 2. Do you know what to do when your orchid suddenly starts turning yellow and its leaves begin to fall off like this? I'm going to show you how to use cinnamon powder to treat fungal diseases in orchids. If you notice the leaves turning yellow, black spots appearing, flowers dropping suddenly, or roots starting to rot, it's very likely that your plant is suffering from a fungal infection. The first thing you need to do is treat the orchids whose stems have been affected by fungus. We'll use cinnamon powder to dry out the infected areas. Thanks to its antioxidant properties, when you sprinkle cinnamon between the leaves and onto the fungus-affected stem, the spread of the fungus will be stopped in a short time. Make sure to sprinkle cinnamon powder evenly over all the infected leaves and stems, then place the plant in a spot with plenty of natural light. One important note is to avoid watering the orchid during this time, since overwatering is the main cause of fungal diseases. Method 3. I'll show you how to prepare a solution to take care of the entire orchid using several other methods. To prepare the liquid fertilizer solution, I will use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Next, add 500 milliliters of boiling water and stir well until the cinnamon powder is completely dissolved. This solution not only provides nutrients but also protects the plant from bacteria and fungi, helping the leaves, roots, and even the flowers of the orchid grow stronger and healthier. Cover the container and let the solution steep for 2 hours. After 2 hours, proceed to strain the mixture and remove the undissolved cinnamon powder, keeping only the liquid. The filtered solution will then be used to take care of the orchids. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Wonder Garden to support the channel. Turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos, with more orchid care secrets and gardening tips. First, I will measure out 200 milliliters of the cinnamon fertilizer solution and mix it with 400 milliliters of clean water to dilute it. This dilution is important because it ensures the solution is gentle enough for the orchids, avoiding any risk of burning the roots or damaging the leaves, while still providing enough nutrients and protection for the plant. Here's a tip to know when your orchid needs watering. If you notice the roots turning gray like this, it's time to water the plant. But you don't need much. Just 5 tablespoons of the cinnamon solution for each pot is enough. I especially recommend applying this method to orchids with rotting roots that no longer have their natural fragrance. The cinnamon solution will help prevent root rot, protect the plant from insects and common diseases, and at the same time stimulate the growth of new flower spikes while supporting the orchid's natural fertilization process. If the leaves or flower spikes of your orchid start turning yellow, using cinnamon water is also very effective. It encourages the plant to produce more new leaves that are stronger, healthier, and full of vitality. When you water orchids directly at the roots with cinnamon water, you are truly nurturing the most important part of the plant, the root system, which determines healthy growth. Cinnamon water helps prevent root rot, protecting the roots from bacteria, fungi, and harmful insects. At the same time, it stimulates faster root growth, allowing the orchid to absorb nutrients more effectively and produce new flower spikes. Watering the roots with cinnamon water also boosts the plant's overall vitality, keeping the leaves lush green and helping the flowers bloom more evenly and vibrantly. However, you should avoid overusing it. Watering once every 2 to 3 weeks is more than enough. Make sure the potting medium has good drainage to prevent excess moisture and root rot. It's also important to focus the cinnamon solution on the roots and leaves rather than the flowers, so the plant can grow steadily, maintain its strength, and continue producing vibrant, long-lasting blooms. Next, I will show you how to use cinnamon water to care for your orchid's leaves. This is a very important step because the leaves not only enable the plant to photosynthesize, but also determine its overall vitality. By wiping the leaves with cinnamon water, we can disinfect them while also removing dust, mold, and harmful insects. If your orchid leaves show signs of disease, such as brown spots, yellowing, or pests like aphids, regularly wiping them with cinnamon water will help prevent the spread of disease and insects, keeping the leaves clean and healthy. You can use a soft cloth or cotton pad soaked in the cinnamon solution and gently wipe each leaf, moving from the base to the tip. Do this once a week or every 2 weeks, depending on the condition of your plant. With regular care, the orchid's leaves will become shinier, stronger, and full of vitality, while also creating the right conditions for the plant to produce new shoots and flowers more effectively. This may be a small step, but the impact it brings to the overall health of your orchid is truly significant. In addition to keeping the leaves clean and preventing pests or disease, wiping orchid leaves with cinnamon water also improves their ability to absorb light, which boosts photosynthesis and helps the plant produce more energy. Clean, healthy leaves can breathe better through their pores, supporting stronger growth and better nutrient circulation throughout the plant. Over time, this simple step not only enhances the orchid's appearance, but also increases its overall resilience and flowering capacity. The remaining solution will be poured into a spray bottle to care for the other orchids. By misting the leaves with cinnamon water, we not only clean their surface, but also protect them from bacteria, fungi, and insects. This is a gentle yet highly effective method that helps keep orchids healthy from the roots all the way to the leaves. You can carry out this step once a week or every 2 weeks, depending on the overall health and condition of your orchid. Regular misting with cinnamon water not only makes the leaves shinier and more resilient, but also keeps them vibrant and full of life. At the same time, it supports the plant's natural growth cycle, encouraging the development of strong new shoots and healthy flower spikes. Over time, this simple routine becomes a vital part of orchid care, ensuring that your garden remains lush, vigorous, and filled with radiant, long-lasting blooms. Result: when you apply all of these methods consistently, your orchids will thrive. The leaves will no longer be yellowed, spotted, or withered, but instead become glossy, firm, and full of vitality. Each leaf feels almost reborn, allowing the plant to photosynthesize more efficiently and absorb nutrients more effectively. The roots will also begin to produce new, strong growth that anchors firmly into the potting medium. Healthy roots form the essential foundation for the orchid's overall development, nourishing the leaves, shoots, and flowers, while also strengthening the plant's resistance to diseases and environmental stress. It's truly wonderful to see each orchid become healthy, with lush leaves, strong roots, and evenly blooming flowers, all thanks to these simple, natural, and effective care methods. Even the flowering orchids benefit greatly from this approach. The blooms last longer and no longer wither quickly as before. With healthy leaves, strong roots, and adequate nutrients, every flower stays vibrant, radiant, and long-lasting, keeping your entire garden full of color and vitality. What do you think about the cinnamon-based orchid care methods I've just shared? Share your thoughts so everyone can learn and benefit from your experience. I'm always happy to connect with orchid lovers from around the world, sharing knowledge and our passion for gardening together. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Wonder Garden to support me. Also, turn on notifications so you won't miss any upcoming videos, with more tips for caring for orchids and other plants. Thank you so much for always being part of our garden community and for loving the beauty we nurture together. Hello everyone, welcome to Wonder Garden. Today I'm going to reveal to you a very interesting secret: propagating orchids directly from the flower stems that have already bloomed. Many people often discard wilted flower stems, but in fact, they still hold tremendous vitality and can bring you entirely new orchid plants. The special thing is that this method is not complicated at all. You don't need advanced techniques or fancy tools. With just a few simple steps, you can make use of old flower stems to turn them into lush, healthy, and vibrant orchid pots. This method is especially useful for those who are new to caring for orchids or simply want to save costs while still propagating more new orchid plants, making your garden increasingly rich and radiant. Let's get started. When your orchid flower stems have bloomed brilliantly and gradually wilted, don't rush to cut them off and throw them away. Because right on those seemingly worthless flower stems, we can still create new life. Today I will share with you how to propagate orchids from these flower stems. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. With the dormant buds still intact, I will separate them into small segments, each segment keeping only one bud, as this makes propagation easier. At the top of the cut orchid stem, you should use a very sharp and thin knife to refine the cut. This method ensures a neat cut, prevents crushing, and reduces the risk of bacterial infection, providing the dormant buds with the cleanest and safest environment to develop. Next, on these dormant buds, I will gently peel off the thin membrane covering them. This small action helps the buds wake up more easily, unhindered by the hard outer layer. When exposed to air and suitable humidity, the young shoots will have a better chance to sprout healthily. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. At the lower part of the dormant bud, I will cut it at an angle like this. This increases the surface area for nutrient absorption, promoting the sprouting and rooting process of the dormant bud more quickly. Next, I prepare 2 fresh aloe vera leaves. This is a familiar natural ingredient that not only safely stimulates root growth, but also protects the orchid stem from harmful bacteria and fungi. I will insert the orchid stem into the fleshy part of the aloe vera leaf, allowing the transparent gel to directly soak into the dormant bud and the cuts. When placed like this, the bud will be immersed in the aloe vera flesh, fully absorbing nutrients and quickly being awakened to sprout. This method also allows the aloe vera's nutrients to penetrate deeper, naturally promoting the root formation process. After placing the orchid stem in the leaf, I let it sit for about 1 hour so that the nutrients from the aloe vera can evenly soak into each dormant bud and nourish them from within. The remaining aloe vera I will cut into small pieces to make full use of it. Aloe vera contains many natural nutrients, especially enzymes and minerals that stimulate sprouting, nourish the root system, and enhance the orchid stem's resistance. I put all the chopped aloe vera into a very clean glass jar. Then add about 500 milliliters of water. Then, I let it sit for 1 hour. During this time, the nutrients from the aloe vera will gradually seep out and dissolve into the water, creating a highly nutritious natural solution. The next ingredient I prepare is cinnamon powder. This is a familiar natural ingredient with excellent antibacterial properties, helping to protect the cut from rotting and creating safe conditions for the dormant bud to develop. I use about 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Put it into the glass jar, and then add 500 milliliters of boiling water. When exposed to hot water, The natural antibacterial compounds from the cinnamon will be extracted, creating a particularly effective solution to protect and support the healing process of the cuts. After that, I simply close the lid and let the mixture cool naturally. While waiting for the solution to cool, I take the opportunity to prepare a mini nursery garden specifically for these orchid stems. It's very simple. I use a small plastic cup like this. Next, I take a piece of floral foam and cut it to fit snugly at the bottom of the cup. This foam will keep the orchid stem stable while creating a suitable humid environment for young roots to form and develop easily. After about 1 hour, I gently take the cutting out of the aloe vera leaf. At this point, the transparent gel has deeply penetrated the dormant bud and the cut, creating a perfect foundation for the next propagation stage. Next, I filter out the aloe vera pulp, keeping only the clear and purest solution. When the cinnamon water has completely cooled, I mix the two solutions together, creating a special nourishing mixture for the roots. Before using it, I also carefully filter out the cinnamon pulp to ensure the solution is clean, avoiding any impact on the delicate young cuttings. To further enhance the vitality for the rooting process, I prepare vitamin B, a familiar ingredient often used to stimulate root development. I add 3 vitamin B tablets, each containing about 2.5 milligrams. With this moderate dosage, the cutting will be optimally supported to root faster, heal wounds, and develop healthily and safely. I use the prepared mixture to soak the cutting for about 20 minutes. When soaking, I always ensure that the dormant bud is fully submerged in the solution. Thanks to this, the nutrients can penetrate deeply inside, awakening the bud, stimulating the sprouting process, and creating conditions for a new young plant to begin its vigorous growth journey. The remaining solution I will pour into a small spray bottle. Then, I take the bottle to the garden and lightly spray it on the orchid pots I'm caring for. This solution is not only useful for young orchid cuttings starting their life journey, but also helps mature orchids maintain vitality, stay lush, and grow healthier every day. You can use this solution to spray on orchids about once every 2 weeks, or alternate with other natural fertilizers during the care process. This way, the orchids will always receive a balanced and complete source of nutrients. With the combination of natural ingredients like aloe vera, cinnamon, and vitamin B1, the solution also helps the plant fight fungal diseases, recover quickly after pruning or repotting, and keep the orchids in a healthy, vibrant state. After soaking for about 20 minutes, I gently take the cutting out and use a clean cloth to pat it dry. Once the cutting is dry, I use a bit of candle wax to apply to the cut. This thin layer of wax acts like a protective shield, preventing bacteria or fungi from entering, helping the wound heal faster and safer. However, there's one very important thing to note. We only apply wax to the upper part of the dormant bud. The lower part will be in contact with moisture and absorb nutrients, so leave it uncovered to allow the cutting to easily absorb water and nutrients, supporting the sprouting and rooting process later. Next, I will insert the prepared orchid cuttings into the foam in the plastic cup. When placing them, I always handle them gently to ensure the cutting is securely fixed without being crushed. After that, I use filtered water to provide moisture to the orchid cutting. One thing to note is that we only let the water cover about a portion of the foam like this, absolutely not letting the water reach the cutting. Finally, I will use plastic wrap to cover the top of the cup. This layer will help maintain stable humidity inside, creating an ideal environment like a mini greenhouse for the young orchid cuttings. However, to ensure the plant can still breathe and avoid being suffocated, I will make a few small holes in the plastic wrap. These small holes will allow air to circulate gently throughout the propagation process, keeping the environment inside both humid and airy, sufficient for the young shoots to develop healthily and safely. After completing all the steps, I will place the pot in a very cool Results after 3 weeks. After about 3 weeks of propagation, you will see young shoots starting to emerge from the dormant buds. This is a clear sign that the cutting is developing healthily and has great potential to become a new, vibrant orchid plant. When the plant starts developing from the dormant bud and young roots have formed, this is the right time to add natural fertilizer. Providing appropriate nutrients will help the young orchid become healthier and more vigorous. At this stage, since the plant is still small and delicate, I only use 1 tablespoon of rice as fertilizer. This moderate amount of fertilizer will provide a gentle source of nutrients, avoiding shock to the plant in its early growth stage. I add about 500 milliliters of water. Stir well to obtain a clear, nutrient-rich rice water solution. Then, I pour the solution into a spray bottle and mist it evenly over the orchid buds. This method helps the nutrients penetrate deeply into both the young shoots and roots, supporting the growth process naturally and effectively. I maintain spraying diluted rice water about once every 7 to 10 days. This regular care will help the orchid continuously receive nutrients, growing healthier and more sustainably. Finally, place the plant in a spot with gentle sunlight. Suitable light will help the plant photosynthesize effectively with lush green leaves and rapid, vibrant growth. Results after 3 months. After 3 months, you can see that the orchids from the cuttings have grown very healthily. The fresh green, sturdy, and thicker leaves showed that the plant is absorbing nutrients well and growing steadily. This is the right time to transfer them to an outdoor environment. I use finely crushed pine bark as a growing medium. On the surface, I add a thin layer of moss to maintain stable humidity around the base. Then, I place the orchid on top and secure it firmly. In the early stage, simply water regularly when the medium dries out to maintain moisture. This is a natural, easy, and suitable propagation method for beginners. If you are patient, dedicated, and care with all your love. Surely one day you will have a radiant garden where orchid pots bloom beautifully, sparkling like a gift from nature.